Hello, friends from the comic and manga world. My name is Hector,
And my name is G.
and we are here to talk to you about our picks for the September 2nd FOC that is coming up. G and I work for Penguin Random House, and we sell books around the world. So the books and comics that we talk about in these videos are from the publishers that we represent into those markets. Just reminder that we're on social media. We are on X, Twitter. We are on Instagram, Facebook, and of course YouTube. You can find us on there at PRH International Comics. We'll leave links in the description below just in case. And I think that's it. Let's get going with the first pick. I believe it's
All right.
yours.
And the first pick is actually mine. And it's Your Throne Volume 1. This is from Webtoon Unscrolled, graphic novel by Sam. You probably heard already, but we are now at PRH distributing for Webtoon or Wattpad Webtoon. I say now, but it's starting. It's going to launch on September 1st, so very soon. Yes. Now, to tell you a little bit about this. This one is about this empire that is ruled by the imperial family and the temple. And we have the main character, Lady Medea, who has lost her place next to the crown prince Euros. To resolve this issue, she wants to do whatever it takes to win back what is rightfully hers. And so she attempts to her rewrite her like future and her entire revenge plan. And unfortunately, something happens to her where she wakes up in the body, not her own body, but the body of her sworn rival instead. So, Your Throne Volume 1, it collects the first 12 episodes of the webtoon by Sam. And as with big titles like these, it has over 830 million readers worldwide on Webtoon. So we have a massive fan base with this. So this is coming out physically. It goes on sale October 1st.
Yeah, very nice. So we continue with my first cover pick. This is Ghost Rider Ruby Rage's special number one. This is the Gonzo variant. And oh my god. Let's talk first about this book. It's Ghost Rider Ruby Rage's special number one. It's part of the Voices program, and it has such an amazing team behind it. First of all, writing is a duo of Melissa Flores and Philippa Smith. Melissa Flores, who you might know her for all her work as a writer producer for Power Rangers, but most recently she moved over to Marvel to start writing for Ghost Rider, sorry, the other Ghost, Spider Gwen, the Ghost Spider. And I believe she did like a one shot. It was like an annual or a one shot, a big size. I think it was a big oversized Spider Gwen. And then she wrote the mini series Spider Gwen Smash, which led now into the ongoing series that we have at Marvel with Spider Gwen. Ghost Spider, written by Stephanie Phillips. Now, there's also Mr. Philip Smith, who's been in the industry for a long, long time, and I believe he has one of the coolest backgrounds ever because he's Argentinian Jamaican. So I think that's a very cool combination. I he is there's a lot of on his resume too. He's written a whole lot of things. So that duo together writing this book, I'm really excited about the result of what that's coming. And also in illustrations, there's Daniel Baylis and Jan Basaldua, both from Mexico. Very well known, both of them also. And Jan is part of the Stormbreakers program. So she's been her name's been all over different covers and illustrations in the past couple of years. Now let's talk about Jay Gonzo and this cover. Oh my God, it's a Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos cover. Last year, he did covers for IDW for the TMNT, for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle across several different titles where he did one for each turtle in this same style, sort of the skull with the flowers. I forget the name of the orange flower, sorry. But this here, you see the flowers, which are very typical of Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, tradition. You have the skulls, you have a sacred heart, you have Roby with hammer and chains and fire, and the fire is sort of so beautifully drawn in a and you know, keeping in with the style of this illustration. So I am looking forward to this cover. I'm looking forward to this book for Latinos, Latinx. This is just so amazing, so cool to have. I can't wait. So there you go.
All right, and then my cover pick is the from the World of Minor Threats. This is Barfly issue number 3. This is the cover by Alice, the cover by Alice Darrow.
Mhm.
And I just like how we have this like character who's basically this low level henchman who has like no leader to serve, and then all
Yeah.
of a sudden like you'll have him like playing as if like he's granted a following of maggots as shown on the cover. It's just really cool. I just love it. I love it so much. They're all surrounding. Yeah. I just thought it was
it's
cool.
it's
Mhm.
so awesome. Yeah. It's like a concert for the maggots.
Mhm.
Very cool. And before I continue, I did all this research for that other book, and I forgot one small detail about Felipe. He is also the co-writer, the co-creator of Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes. So I just wanted to mention that because I forgot when I was talking about the writers. Sorry. Next up, Ultimate Black Panther #9, Raphael Albuquerque, or Albuquerque, how you want to say it, pronounce it. This is a 1 in 25. We love this book. G and I have been talking about this book every once in a while. We bring it up. We love the covers. There's so many amazing covers, and the story is so cool. And then we have Rafael, which I'm a big fan. Brazilian superstar who has an impressive resume behind him, doing this amazing cover, and it's so cool. Sort of seeing Wakanda in the background, him on top of, you know, a panther statue, sort of a gargoyle style, but panther statue just doing his, cross arms with the moon behind him, and it's I gotta say it's very reminiscent of Batman, sort of a Batman look, but it's Wakanda and Black Panther, which is amazing and it's so cool. Um, this is so impressive, and like I said, this book now on issue 9, it's so good. I highly recommend you read it if you haven't. If there's anybody out there who hasn't been reading all the Ultimate titles, I still recommend this one too.
Yeah, you
So,
really need to if you haven't.
yep.
Okay, and then my pick, I've been picking a lot of these covers.
Yeah.
Not the first time for Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider. This is issue number 6 by Glad Melankoff. This is the Doom variant. And I just like the fantasy-esque cover with it's just really cool. I
Yeah.
absolutely love it. My favorite thing about this, you won't tell unless you look really, really close. So once you pick it up, you have to look really, really close.
What
But
is it?
I I love the signature on the piece of paper from Big Gleb. What's really cool about this is that you can't see it, but you have to look closely. Underneath Gleb's signature, we have the colorist Edgar Delgado, and his signature is typed out in white. So if you
Ah,
look, you can't see it on the screen, but if you look closely, it's in
oh.
white. And I that makes it even more funny to me because he's the colorist and he decides to use white. You can barely see his last name. It's really amazing
Ah,
and cool. It's just like a nice little touch. If you you have to look closer in
if you
person.
ever meet him, you have to go up to him and say, I saw you. I saw what you did there.
So what you did, yes. So I thought it's cool. You might be able to see it from far away. You could see there's a little bit of
Well, I
white,
didn't notice it at all, and
like
as
this
but now
white
that you
here
mention it, I kind of see. I can't see it from this image,
from
but I
this.
can
Yeah,
see there's something there.
there's
And of course, leave it to you to find all these hidden the hidden things. You always find every the last details that nobody else can see, which is great. And then we continue with Sense in the Asylum #1. This is the cover B by Trevor Henderson from Dark Horse. This is a very, very cool book. This is written by Clay McLeod Chapman, and it is illustrated by Leonardo Marcello Grassi, the Italian artist. Um, and tell you a little bit about the book is in 1865, there's this medium Alicia Wilkinson, who has been, sort of disgraced and she had a very big career, but she was found out to be a, a liar and a cheat, a fake, and but then she gets the call from this psychologist who runs this asylum to bring her in, who brings her in and says, "Okay, I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to pay you to do this seance with the patients here because I want you to try to bring out their conditions." And she starts doing the seance, and the patients start acting up, but they actually are starting to be possessed by ghosts. But what's going on? Because Alicia, and it's not real, it's not really a medium. So what's happening here? So there's a mystery there, there's horror behind it. The team for this, also I should mention that Clay McLeod Chapman is very well known and horror writer, and he has many many novels. I We actually have some of them. We distribute some of them under Quirk Books. uh what Kind of Mother, Ghost Eater, which I read, which is so good, Whisper Down the Lane. There's so many of them. The remaking. So he has the chops to write a story like this. And Leonardo Marcello Grassi, if you go to his Instagrams, you'll know exactly why he was chosen to illustrate this book, because you can tell he loves horror and all that. Same with Trevor Henderson, who did the cover. They're both, you can tell, they're really into illustrating and horror. And then let's talk about this cover. I mean, it's so cool and creepy, and you have this sort of skeleton lady with 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 ghostly faces in the background, and just carrying this one candle, and the flame is just stretched out very creepily too. So it is a very classic ghost type of horror look on it. I gotta say also, for Trevor Henderson, you need to go to his Instagram and look at all his art. And one of my favorite ones is he has an illustration of Bill Cipher from Gravity Falls, which Book of Bill, by the way, published by Disney. We also distribute at Penguin Run House. And he has this sort of realistic, creepy image of Bill Cipher walking down a dark alley. It's like so cool. So, anyways, this is amazing. A very cool story for it goes on FOC this week, but obviously it goes um on sale just in time for Halloween. So if you want to get some scares, definitely pick this up.
Mhm.
Yes.
All right, next up is an announcement from Dark Horse. Berserk returns with a new volume. This is volume
Mhm.
42. This goes on sale next year, March 18th, 2025. We had to talk about this because this was huge news, especially during Anime NYC, which was last week, or last weekend, I should say. And basically, this will be the first new chapter since the original creator, Kentaro Miura, suddenly passed away in 2021, unfortunately, at the age of 54, leaving his legacy behind. So basically, this volume 42 is basically taken up by his longtime assistants from Studio Gaga under the supervision of his closest friend, Koji Mori, who worked closely with him and has his notes to continue on with the story. So this, I don't really need to say much, but I will say it anyway. It's the best-selling seinen manga in North America and approximately sold 60 million copies worldwide. So it is huge. I don't like I said, I don't really need to say it because I think everyone knows that Berserk
Yeah,
how huge Berserk is. And this has gained so much attention just because also the curiosity behind the like the continuing on the legacy that is left behind here. So I had to highlight this. It's
yeah, fans
everywhere
have
on
been
social
have been
media.
waiting have been waiting for this, and I think
Mhm.
in these situations when a creator passes away, there's always a little bit of worry about what if it's what's become, but definitely it's been expressed by Studio Gaga and Kojimori that this is definitely what Kentaro Miura was planning to do, and continuing on the story from where it left off on volume 41. So yeah,
Yeah.
yes, this is highly, highly, highly expected.
Mhm. All right,
Excellent.
and then that's it.
That's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it and it was useful to you. Like I said before, we're on social media, so you can find us under at PRH International Comics on Twitter, X, and on Facebook, Instagram, and of course YouTube. And that's it. Keep watching our videos, please. Come back. Okay, bye.
Bye, everyone.